And we are rolling.
What's good, everybody? I'm Dustin Collins,
And I'm John Stearns.
and today we're going to have a conversation about recent
Recent
experiences.
experiences. You gonna go first.
Now, we agreed that no parameter, right? 'Cause
No parameter, you
All
know.
right. So, one of my recent experiences is spending time on the street with the homeless community, and it's really changed my perspective because I have a professional corporate background in the oil and gas industry. Up until about 6 months ago, I became homeless. So, you know, a recent experience for me that's really been impactful and changed my life is just to see what we go through and where those journeys take us, and the type of traumas and issues that people deal with that lead to alcoholism and drug abuse and all kinds of things like that. And it's really helped me understand a lot about myself and my ability to thrive in a weird environment. But it also has been a huge learning lesson for me, because it's just shown me something that I just didn't experience when I was in the corporate environment. So I'm very grateful for that experience. And you really get to see
Mm-hmm.
the stereotype
Right.
in real life.
Right, right.
Now, some homeless people,
Mm-hmm.
that's their life. Like
Mhm.
they chose that 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They have a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's going to change that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a small percentage of them that are actually trying to better their life, and they're just
Right.
in a bad spot.
Right.
And it's very challenging for the homeless to get back on their feet. Myself included, as a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white dude that's highly educated. I don't drink. I don't have a drug problem. I don't have
Right.
mental health issues.
Right.
I'm very healthy, all things considered. And even I have a great challenge
Mhm.
to get back into, because it's like the moment they know
Mm-hmm.
you don't
Mhm.
have a home, it's like,
Right. Right. Right.
you know.
Right. One thing I want to say about what you just shared with me is that sometimes your struggles can become your greatest asset.
Oh, absolutely.
Because now you know where the healing needs to be done. You know, you've experienced it and you can find the solution. And once you find the solution out of it, you can go back and help the people who suffer with the same thing and show them the solution.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's got to be a trailblazer, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's been, I've learned a lot from a lot of these cats on the street. And, my hat's off to them.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them.
Right.
I'm a
right.
lone wolf, so I
Uh-huh.
don't do the tent living thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not really my thing. I don't like being around too many people on the street for too long, because it just always leads to something not healthy. But other than that, man, there's a few like
Good
people
people.
that I would hire in the corporate world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right.
if they came in for an interview,
Right.
I would like seriously consider them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's taught me a lot.
Cool.
Like you said, solutions.
Solutions. I used to battle with drug addiction, and I really struggled because of it, I stopped chasing my dreams once I started using drugs. I didn't want to play sports no more. I didn't want to go to class anymore. I didn't care about being an honest person anymore. All I cared about was getting high. And I'm gonna relate this to my recent experience. I left the drugs alone, and my life has improved drastically. I never thought my life would get better. But I left the drugs alone, sat there, had some time with myself, And next thing you know, I'm chasing my dreams again. My recent experience is, this might have been 2 years ago, but I started pursuing my music, and I was really making a wave, man. I was putting some big waves out there, and it's just amazing because like I said, I never thought that would happen. I thought I was gonna die addict. I thought I was gonna die living at my parents' house, using drugs, shit. But no. Recent experience, chasing my dreams. Like I went from not having a car, walking everywhere to getting a car. I went from staying with my parents to having my own place. I went from not working to working. I went from just how life got better, you know. So that's my recent experience. How sometimes you might think it's over, but it ain't over until the good Lord say so.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And let me bring you back to your first thing you said, that you had an addiction.
Uh-huh.
And we all do in our own ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some are drugs, some are alcohol, some's porn addiction. Some,
Right.
you know, there's all kinds of
And
things.
some people can be addicted to working hard.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
we'll just leave it at that. There's
Right.
all kinds of addictions.
Right.
But in your case,
Mm-hmm.
it appears that you've done a lot of introspection,
Uh-huh.
and the fact that you can admit to that
Right.
about when you started getting high.
Uh-huh.
And I'm assuming you're not talking about marijuana, right? You're talking about like,
Well, I was just
Some
using
heavy-
marijuana. It started off with me just using marijuana, right? I got clean from the marijuana. My life just wasn't complete yet. So I said, COVID came, and I said, you know what if I play with my nose a little
all right,
bit?
so it's something heavier than marijuana.
Eventually.
That's all I was really.
Yeah.
We don't have to
Uh-huh.
get too deep.
Yeah. Well, shit, I ain't ashamed. I'm doing better today. I kick that shit too. I don't throw at that shit no more either.
I waited tables and bartended for 9 years because I get it. Like,
Right.
you know, I personally never experienced it, never tried it, never really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been around it.
Right.
So I get it.
But I feel like that's where I could be most useful with helping people see that, okay, your life will get better once you leave the stuff
All right,
alone.
so let me get, so now that I know that the addiction was something other than marijuana,
Uh-huh.
which vast majority of addictions are. That's why I was,
Okay.
that's why I was tying it in.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this relates to the vast majority of addicts. Okay?
Right.
Have you, as I was saying, it appears that you've done a lot of introspection where you've been able to heal some of those wounds that led to that addiction. Would you agree to that?
Yes.
So you've
Yeah.
spent a lot of time
Uh-huh. I know exactly
in your
what.
cave, if you will, doing the dark night of the soul.
Uh-huh.
Just that.
Uh-huh.
Why am I here? What's my purpose? Like,
Right.
why am I this way? Like you've just gone through it.
Right. Yeah.
So it sounds like you could help a lot of souls too.
Right. I'm going to talk about one reason why I started. Sometimes things happen that's out of our control. We're so used to being in control of everything and having this rock solid foundation and being in control of the blasting out to the stars type thing. But sometimes things happen that's not in the plan. How are you going to cope? How are you going to adapt to changes? So that's pretty much why I started using drugs. Foundation got a little shaky and hit the blunt instead of fix that foundation. Didn't know what to do. I was young. That's why I started. But I've healed since then. I don't blame anybody for what happened. I have to realize I'm a part of the problem that happened in my life. I'm a part of it, and it's not till you find solutions, which meditate and deep thought and stuff like that. But when you really be honest with yourself and say, this is where I went wrong there. What do I need to do to fix this? Then life got better for me. Yeah.
There's a lot of folks that don't even make it to that point.
Right.
So hats off to you for that one.
Thank you. This could be a short episode today.
Could be.
This could be a short episode today.
That was a good quick one though.
That was a good quick one. Just to let you know
And
who
we
are.
can have a second series on experiences because that evolves.
Uh-huh.
We both have a lot of experiences, so
Right.
we can make another conversation.
I'm gonna go to the next experience, and then you want to hit.
Let's change this. Let's change the category of experience.
Let's change the category. Okay.
Let's go on something a little bit more provocative. like
Ooh.
called spiritual / religious.
You wanna go there?
I'm not very religious. I'm more spiritual, but
Okay. Nah, I got one.
do you
for
have any experiences?
I do have experiences, but first, I have to be able to show you and them a picture for it. So you can go first.
I would just say that the synchronicities are just it's like nonstop. And it's everywhere and everything, the symbols, the numbers, the music, people I meet, conversations, topics. So, I've learned that once you're in alignment, then that's how the universe confirms, you're on the right path. And, it's an interesting experience. It's like a real life Truman Show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not just the synchronicities, but the observation, the following around, the recording, all that.
Like, I think there must be some very high-tech spy technology that we don't know about. Like, I can spy on you before that time even gets there. I know what you're gonna do before. That's playing God to a certain extent, you know. But I know what you're gonna do before you even do it.
They have to do that because they run off algorithm, and algorithm needs data points. So you need probabilities.
Right.
Okay, so you have to create the probability.
Right.
Because if you don't create the probability, then you don't have a left or right parameter, right? So therefore you have no control. That's where therefore the order out of chaos. So the fact that you say that, it is everywhere. It's everywhere.
Look at this. So speaking of what we were just talking about, I want to show you something. You see this, right? This is kind of like that's kind of chaotic. You know what I mean? That's a little chaotic. You know. This is
Picasso would argue that.
Look, now this is when it has more order. You know. This is a little bit when
I can relate to the oil derrick.
Right. This is a little bit when it has more order. But let me show you guys real quick. So this is one of my art pieces. I guess you see it backwards. But if you can see, it has a word bend right here. B-E-N-D. Hold on. And this is it with a little bit more order. I'm gonna just show this one real fast. Bam. Okay. Long story short, there's this dude named Johnny Damn D. Keep in mind my name is John. You know, he has a song out right now called Bend. Now, I love it. Hey, keep it going. Synchronicities. Or is it spot tech or whatever. But like I love it. So my most recent experience with that kind of stuff. Here's the song. I think everybody knows the song. Have you heard this? You ever heard this? Okay. Anyway. Okay. But that's my. So even with that, right? Even with that recent experience, that's been happening my whole life, man.
Yeah. Well, now you're just aware of it.
Now I'm just aware of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
No, I totally agree.
Can
well,
you?
And I also, from an educational perspective, it's what the science community would call quantum, the quantum field.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Quantum probability. Some of us walking the earth are true manifestors.
Right.
Are true co-creators. And when you can bring your subconscious to your conscience,
right.
and be more of an observer of your thoughts than a participant in certain thoughts. I'm not saying all thoughts.
No,
I'm saying just
it.
certain destructive ones, toxic ones.
Right.
And you kind of like, it's like grocery shopping. You go down the aisle, you pick this, you don't grab everything and throw it in the cart, right? You just pick what you want. It's kind of like that. Once you become more aware of it and you become more internalized, it's like a reel, and then the way I interpret it is I have these visions, if you will, these downloads, and it'll be like a premonition of
Mhm.
something that will happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good, bad, and indifferent. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of good
what you're talking
things,
about.
a lot of
I know
bad
exactly- I know
things.
exactly.
Like you know what I'm saying? It's like so I can see both,
Right.
and then see the spiritual element to it.
Mhm.
And then it's a I totally forgot where I was going with that.
Well, I will say this. Can you believe that I have to take medicine because I see visions, and like you said, all of them aren't good. Some of them are kind of apocalyptic, you know?
Yeah.
Some of them are damaging, and I have to, that's why I meditate so much. So I won't destroy, so I can maintain. I've already created something good.
Mhm.
Now it's just about maintaining it, you know?
Yeah.
And I want to go back to something you said earlier because you were talking about the quantum field. We're basically just subatomic particles. If you think about all people on this planet, there's 7 billion, 8 billion people. I mean, one person would probably equal out to be on scale a subatomic particle, you know? Not an electron or a proton or possibly though, but even smaller than that, you know. For instance, if the solar system was just an atom, you know, and we're just on one electron going around the sun, which the sun would be the protons and the nucleus, but we're just one electron going around the sun. We're even smaller than that electron. We just rock a subatomic particle, you know. And how you could take the math and science. They have the weight. A scientist, I can't remember, but he made a machine that could weigh each subatomic particle. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Oh, to finish my thought, it was about time.
Okay.
It's about like you said, you kind of have these
Visions.
These visions, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. I should say good or destructive.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because
right.
bad doesn't necessarily mean like
Right.
the world's going to end bad.
Right,
Like, it
right.
just mean it may be like the
Uh-huh.
world as we know it is coming to an end.
Right.
Like just our programming, the
Uh-huh,
way that we
uh-huh.
process and the way we
It could be a fleeting moment.
Absolutely.
ain't gonna last forever.
Well, I mean, it's known as the Great Awakening, right? Like
Mhm,
everyone knows about
Right.
and has heard about the Great Awakening,
Right.
and it's humanity, the Earth, Schumann resonance
Mm-hmm.
rising,
Right.
you know, and people
Right.
are becoming more aware about their health. You know,
The
babies
collective
are
consciousness.
being born with all kinds of gifts. You know, it's like, and all this has been
Starseeds.
prophesied and talked about in all kinds of scriptures, not just the Holy Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, it's about time.
Okay.
You know, because it's not. I don't see it linear wise. I mean, I
I
do.
don't
I live linear. Like I
Right.
know, you know,
Right.
5 o'clock, 6
But it's
o'clock.
also a circle.
But I also the things I see, it's like I'll
Uh-huh.
see it,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes it
It'll evolve on you.
will either happen
Uh-huh.
or it's something that had already happened.
Right.
So I'll see it, and then an hour later, a day, a week, month later,
Uh-huh.
I'll read a book or I'll hear someone talking about that very same vision I had,
Right.
but it may be altered. Like
Uh-huh.
their variation is different
Uh-huh.
than what
Uh-huh.
the
Uh-huh.
download that I got. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So to me, that's like an incentive to go research.
Right.
I'm gonna go find out what the hell this is all about. You know?
You want to know one experience that I've heard about quite often? It's the sleep paralysis. You know, some people have experienced it, some people have not, but you hear about it. It's quite common among like us people with visions. You know, yeah. So there's almost like this quantum field. There's only to measure what can a human experience while he's here. You know. This quantum
Some
field.
more than others.
And then we calculate it, we grab it, and then we actualize it, and now you have maybe 1 million people who are saying, yeah, they've experienced sleep paralysis.
Yeah, it's like the 100 monkey
Mm-hmm,
theory,
mm-hmm.
which is
But only a select few. Everybody's not going to get to.
no, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
The ones in alignment for it, I believe,
Right.
it's like a frequency. It's like a radio channel,
Right.
tuning a channel.
Right.
Anyways, probably getting long, but
We got a little off topic, but hey,
it was good.
hey, it was good.
All right,
This
guys.
has been
Until next time.
a great day.